The Eisenhower dollar coin of 1972 stands as one of the most fascinating chapters in modern American numismatics, a coin born from national pride, technological transition, and the evolving demands of commerce in the early 1970s. To understand the story of the 1972 Eisenhower dollar, one must begin with the legacy of President Dwight D. Eisenhower, the end of the Silver Era, and the monumental task faced by the United States Mint when creating the first large-size $1 coin of the modern age. The nation had not seen a circulating dollar coin since the peace dollar ended in 1935, and for decades Americans relied instead on paper currency vending tokens and half-dollar coins. The passing of Eisenhower in 1969, together with the excitement surrounding the Apollo 11 moon landing, inspired Congress to honor both the former president and the achievements in space exploration with a new coin bearing his image and an eagle landing on the lunar surface. The Coinage Act of 1970 authorized the Eisenhower dollar to be struck in both copper-nickel clad versions for circulation and silver-clad versions for collectors, marking the first time a commemorative design would be issued as a standard circulating coin. The year 1972 became one of the most important and complex years for the Eisenhower dollar series. With no mint mark for Philadelphia issues and a variety of subtle yet critical design differences, the 1972 dollar quickly gained a reputation for having some of the most challenging and interesting varieties in modern American coinage. The Mint was still perfecting the engraving of the Earth behind the landing eagle, and adjustments were made during the year, resulting in 3 major reverse types. Each type captures a moment in the Mint's struggle to balance artistic detail and practical die life. Type 1 featured a low-relief Earth with incorrect geographic placement of the Caribbean. Type 2 had a sharper globe and correct placement, but this version was produced only for a short period, making it extremely rare. Type 3 introduced a refined Earth with clearer continents and became the standard for the remainder of the year. Collectors of the Eisenhower series consider these varieties essential study points, and the 1972 Type 2 reverse is one of the most sought-after clad dollars of the entire decade. As the coin entered circulation, it also became clear that the large size of the Eisenhower dollar was both a strength and a challenge. Weighing over 22 grams and measuring 38 millimeters, the coin was impressive in appearance yet awkward for daily use. Businesses, vending machine operators, and the general public rarely favored heavy coins, and most people chose paper dollars instead. As a result, the 1972 Eisenhower dollars circulated unevenly, with many ending up stored in bank vaults, while others suffered heavy wear in limited regions. Despite these obstacles, the coin remained a symbol of American heritage, merging presidential history with the triumphs of the space program. The depiction of the moon landing on the reverse continued to capture public imagination, reminding Americans of an era of innovation, exploration, and national pride. Behind the scenes, the Mint faced enormous technical challenges throughout the production of the 1972 Eisenhower dollar. The copper-nickel-clad composition was still relatively new and striking. Such a large coin in clad metal created problems involving die wear, planche quality, and pressure tolerances. Engraver Frank Gasparo worked continuously to refine the details of Eisenhower's portrait, ensuring that it remained recognizable even with the wear of circulation. Meanwhile, adjustments to the reverse designs required the Mint to produce multiple master dies, a rare event in modern coin production. The resulting varieties not only reflect the technical evolution of the year, but also provide a historical record of the Mint's attempts to perfect a national icon. These coins represent both the imperfections and the progress of American numismatic craftsmanship. Collectors today regard the 1972 Eisenhower dollar as a cornerstone of the series thanks to its abundance of varieties, minting complexities, and its representation of a turning point in the history of U.S. coinage. The 1970s marked the end of the large, heavy circulating dollar coin, and the 1972 issues show the tension between national symbolism and practical currency usage. The Philadelphia strikes remain the heart of the variety study, while the Denver and San Francisco issues reflect the Mint's efforts to satisfy both collectors and circulation needs. The silver-clad San Francisco strikes were especially prized by hobbyists for their special finishes and their connection to the commemorative spirit of the program. The legacy of the 1972 Eisenhower dollar extends far beyond its production year. It shaped the future of the American dollar coin, leading toward later experiments such as the smaller Susan B. Anthony and Sacagawea dollars. It also preserved a moment in American history, capturing a hero of World War II and the space race on a single piece of metal. For collectors, storytellers, and historians, the 1972 Eisenhower dollar remains a living timeline of artistry, engineering, politics, and national spirit. Its varieties showcase the human element of coin production. Its circulation, history reveals the habit of an entire generation, and its symbolism connects the leadership of the past with the aspirations of the future. The Eisenhower dollar may not have achieved widespread everyday use, but its impact on American numismatics and historical memory is lasting, powerful, and deeply meaningful. The deeper story of the 1972 Eisenhower dollar begins long before the coin was ever struck, reaching back into the economic and political climate of the United States during the late 1960s, when the nation faced turbulent transitions in currency, metal values, and public trust. The removal of silver from circulating coins in 1965 had shaken long-held traditions, and many Americans felt uncertain about the changing nature of their money. The Eisenhower dollar was introduced at a moment when the country sought stability, familiarity, and symbolic leadership. Dwight D. Eisenhower had been a reassuring figure to millions, both as the Supreme Allied Commander in World War II and later as president guiding the nation through an era of post-war expansion. During his presidency, he expanded the interstate highway system, strengthened national defense, and oversaw tremendous technological advancements, including the birth of NASA. His passing in 1969 created a unified desire to honor him, and when the Apollo 11 mission successfully landed astronauts on the moon, that same year the connection between Eisenhower's era and the space age became irresistibly clear. As Congress debated the creation of a new dollar coin, lawmakers faced strong disagreements over what the coin should represent and what metals it should contain. Silver-producing states pushed for a return to silver circulating coinage, hoping it would support mining economies, while others preferred the modern copper-nickel-clad composition that had become standard after 1965. Eventually, the compromise was reached. The circulating Eisenhower dollars would be clad with no silver, while special collector issues would be minted in a silver-clad alloy. This decision allowed the coin to honor Eisenhower and the Apollo program while keeping costs low for mass production. The design journey then began with chief engraver Frank Gasparro choosing to portray Eisenhower with dignity, strength, and a calm expression on the obverse, a look meant to reflect both his military leadership and presidential legacy. For the reverse, Gasparro adapted the Apollo 11 mission patch, showing an eagle landing on the moon, symbolizing peace and human achievement.